Hello, everyone. Welcome to Preparedness. I am your host, Big G, and we're back again. And as y'all saw from the title of this video, I got a question. And this question stems from, I was watching old Fox News yesterday, and one of the commentators had brought this up, and honestly, I hadn't really considered it. If everything stays the same, if the old DNC did a good job of covering their tracks, right, and Biden takes over the presidency, is Trump going away? We're used to, when a president is done, I don't want to say they fade off into the sunset, because by then now they got all these speaking engagements where they're making $250,000 in book deals and all this. But you know, as far as staying in the news, they'll come out, you know, election time, you know, tout a couple of candidates and stuff. Yeah, it hadn't hit me. I don't see Trump going away. And I definitely see him running in 4 years. I can see by then the results might be a little bit different by then. But no, I wonder if everything stays the way it is and old Slow Joe is in the Oval Office for a month before they pull him out and put in Kamala. What's Trump going to be doing? The commentator yesterday mentioned something about him buying like a news network. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? No, I've heard other people talk about Trump's just not Trump. He's like a brand. Yeah, he kind of is. He took, like, he has legit supporters. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. He's definitely got his base, and it's not necessarily the Republican base, and Trump is the guy running. No, there are people that they vote Trump, not Republican. Whereas through this election, you can see that people weren't voting for Slow Joe. I mean, nobody in their right mind would vote in somebody that doesn't even know what city they're in, or doesn't know who they're running against, or can't form a sentence. They were voting Democrat. They weren't voting Joe. But Trump is different. Now there are people that they're voting strictly Republican. Okay, that happens. But a large amount of people, they voted for Trump, not for Republican or not for conservative. They voted for Trump. So that's a question I posed to you guys. I love to hear what you guys have to say, because I guarantee y'all can come up with a lot of good things Trump could be doing, a lot of good ideas for old Trump. Yeah, what should he be doing between now and 2024, right? Yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot to be done right now. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of sketchy crap, and I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm trying to put myself in the Democrat shoes. If the roles were reversed and all this, but there's still a lot of sketchy crap, man. I mean, just time after time. Trying not to dwell on that too much. But yeah, no, it's not said and done yet. We'll have to see, but yeah, we're gonna have to see how this all plays out. There was definitely, like I was saying, some tomfoolery going on. But we'll see what the courts come up with, and more stuff's coming out every day. And we have to remember the Republican Party, I'm not saying they're like the Democratic Party. You know, they got the things they want, blah blah blah. But they're all politicians, so they're all sneaky, underhanded liars, right? I mean, if we're being legit, keeping it real. There we go. If we're keeping it real, politicians are politicians. Don't matter what side they're on. They flip-flop whatever serves them. So we have to bear that in mind as well. But with Biden going in, if it stays the way it is, yeah, I think in 4 years, and I say Biden, let's change it to the DNC, okay, or whoever was pulling the strings, right? We kind of know what Joe ran on. Higher taxes, let's shut her down, we're going to take away all your guns, we're going to make sure it's very easy to kill babies and all that other fun stuff. After 4 years of that and the economy being in the tank and unemployment going up, I don't know. Trump decides to come back and save the economy. I think it's going to be hard for them to knock her down next time, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I definitely don't see Trump just riding off into the sunset with into retirement and all that. He's not the retirement guy. He's got to be doing something. So we'll see how she goes. What else? Oh my gosh, there was something else. Should have wrote it down. See, yesterday I wrote the stuff down. I was able to go through it. Today I didn't write this stuff down. I remember that, and I'm getting like Slow Joe, man. I can't remember stuff. But yeah, tell me what you think. We got a lot of crap going on right now. As of this video, nothing has been officially called yet. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. It's like Tuesday night. I was talking with my wife. We're watching everything, and she's like, well, why is Atlanta, why aren't they putting in their things, and why isn't Philadelphia putting in their things? And because they had the pipe burst and all this other stuff. And I just told her flat out, it's like, well, they need to know how many votes they need to print off before they can start printing them off, right? And I'm sorry if I know I'm getting awful political, but it's the talk of the day. It's the news of the day. It's what's going on now. So that's why we're doing this. Yeah, it's just funny that Detroit and Milwaukee and Philadelphia and Atlanta. It's like, well, the totals might not be in for a while. Well, yeah. It's like, are you serious? And then all of a sudden, Joe just bumping up 100,000, 130,000 at a time, and Trump bumping up 0, and some precincts Joe won by 100%. It's like, man, y'all need to do a better job. You should at least thrown him a few, something to make it look, semi-legit. But I know I'm laughing, and I know it's not funny, but it's just the level of corruption is mind-blowing. I mean, it truly is. And the solution for it, I've told you guys as far as how to go about it, but there's no quick solutions. It's nothing but long game. And and then maybe 10, 20 years. But at the same time, for anybody to think that individuals in positions of power would not be corrupted, I mean, come on. What's the saying? Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, and they're not for the people, they are for their party. And I'm talking about both parties. Yeah, they are not out there to do the will of the people. No, it's about passing the party's agenda. And that's the only thing it is. And that one's the kicker. That one's tough. It's like, you need to get rid of parties. Well, you can never get rid of parties unless you make a law. Well, even if you make a law, outlawing parties, there's still going to be coalitions, or there's going to be caucuses, or there's going to be little backroom meetings among people. It's never going to be no parties. Okay, it's always going to be one team against the other, and it doesn't matter. And no, unfortunately, it's going to be two parties. You can't have more, because you get that many divided, and then two parties that are similar, you know, they're not the same, but similar, they're going to team up and go against the other two parties that don't believe like them, and then all of a sudden you're back to two parties again. So that's something that we just need to kind of accept, that we're not going to get away from that. If you guys have ideas on it, post down below. And I'm sorry, revolution is not that's not an idea, that's not a solution, and I know I just upset a bunch of folks, but no, that's not a solution. Getting everybody killed, that's not going to do anybody any good. But anyway, yeah, what do you guys think? The question of the day, what is Trump going to be doing? Yeah, I don't see him letting this thing go, man. I don't see him just riding off into the sunset. Yeah, I think even with Democrats in the White House, if that's the way it sticks, Trump's still going to be in the headlines constantly. There's no way he's just going to let this one pass. Stand by. There we go. Got to make sure we don't tear up the old tactical minivan, right? So, yeah, appreciate it, guys. Post your comments down below, and share the videos. I encourage you, because I want to hear from as many people as possible. I want to hear from liberals out there. What are you guys thinking? And I've got an idea of what you're thinking, but I still want to hear it. But yeah, post your comments. I want to hear what's up. Everybody stay respectful, like always, please. We don't need to resort to name calling and all that other good stuff. But yeah, post your comments down below, and yeah, we'll see what people's talking about out there, and maybe we'll make a video on that. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you after a while.